terrorist attacks at top of sectarian clashes have affected the area in recent years. So at top of sectarian clashes have is the highlighted phrase. What are my options? Option 1, on top of sectarian clashes has, on top of sectarian clashes have, on top for sectarian clashes have, on the top of sectarian clashes have, no correction required. So as soon as I read the given question, I understand that this construction is incorrect, right? Terrorist attacks at top of doesn't make sense. So let's look at options starting from 4. So when I say on the top of something, I'm literally talking about the surface of something, right? But is that what this context is saying? It is saying this is one this is one area. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat. So this is one problem, terrorist attacks. The other problem is sectarian clashes, right? So when I say on the top of something, doesn't make sense. We're not talking about the surface on something, so I can eliminate 4. Those of you who said 4, incorrect. On top for sectarian clashes, the purpose for sectarian clashes is not what the context is giving. It is just talking about 2 problems which has affected the area in the recent years. So again, this is incorrect. On top of sectarian clashes. So in this context, what is the meaning it's giving? In addition to. Right? So terrorist attacks on top of sectarian clashes, both of these 2 problems, 2 subjects have is the right plural verb, right? Because we have plural subjects. So obviously the first one we can eliminate even when the expression is correct but the verb is incorrect. It says has. We're talking about 2 subjects here, plural subjects. So the answer is 2. He has confidence in or of his success. Ma'am, answer is in, but why of is wrong in this context? Okay. Your answer is 2 beside the point. Ma'am, answer is beside, but beside means by the side of. So how beside is correct in this context? The train is on or behind time. Okay. Again, to do with prepositions, right? In, of, to, beside, on, behind. To do with prepositions, let's quickly address these questions. He has confidence. In his success, not of his success. Why? Here we're talking about in this particular ability, in this particular context, right? So obviously confidence in, and not only that, a verb plus preposition collocation. Usually confidence attaches or links itself with the preposition in. Or rather, in this context, it's a noun, in fact. It's not even a verb. Right? Confidence in. Can you think of example sentences with confidence? I have confidence in your ability to ace the exam. Yeah? So both Rohit and I have a lot of confidence in you guys, in your ability to ace the exams. Whether it's IBPS PO, SBI PO, IBPS clerk, whatever it is. I have every confidence in you. We are placing our confidence in you to get a bank job. Right? The exception is, look at the form of the word. It's not noun. I am confident of. Right? Confident is an adjective form. Right? And there in that context of, and then you have the gerund. In the example that Pankaj has shared, I'm confident of what? Clearing the exam. Clearing the exam, a gerundial expression. Yeah? So, here, it's a noun form, right? I have confidence in your ability. I have every confidence in you. We are placing our confidence in you to get a bank job. Usually. But the expressions change. Yes, there are exceptions. It gives us a completely different meaning. The form changes if we have to use it with other prepositions. I'm confident of achieving this. Yes. There, the form is not confidence, it's confident. Achieving this. Right? Here, the form is different. I'm confident of her progress would be more appropriate. I have confidence in her progress would be more appropriate. Yeah? Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Your answer is to beside the point. Okay, let me just clear this so we can address the second question. So what's the difference? Your answer is to the point. If you ask me, both the expressions are correct. Your answer is beside the point. What is the meaning in both the sentences? Can somebody identify the meaning in both these sentences? What does it mean? When I say your answer is to the point, now beside the point is actually an idiom, guys. What does it mean? When I say something is beside the point, I'm saying it's irrelevant. Exact opposite meaning of to the point. When I say something is to the point, I'm saying it's relevant. It makes sense. Right? So when I say beside the point, I'm saying it's irrelevant. It's of no importance. So now let's look at example sentences with beside the point. So, you can come back and explain something to me and I can say, that's very interesting. That's very interesting, but beside the point. So whatever you explained to me, yeah, it was interesting, but it's not relevant to what we are discussing right now. Right? So that's what I'm trying to convey in this thing. That's very interesting, but beside the point. It doesn't make sense. Whatever you explained, okay, fine, interesting, but it is not addressing what we are trying to understand at this point of time. Right? So beside the point. So I can say, that's beside the point. That's beside the point. You are evading the issue. So again, in this context, what am I saying? I'm saying, boss, you're not talking relevant to what we are discussing right now. Whatever you said, whatever you contributed as a opinion or point, that's beside the point. You are evading the issue, meaning whatever, it is not relevant to the issue at hand. Right? That's what it means. So when you say your answer is beside the point, you're saying it's irrelevant. It's of no importance. When you're saying your answer is to the point, you're saying yes, it is relevant. Right? So I don't know about beside being correct or not, both are correct in terms of expressing a specific meaning. Let's look at the last one, the third one. The train is on time the train is behind time. Okay, what do both these sentences mean again? We looked at on time, in time, right? I think in our do's and don'ts for interview guidance, we looked at this difference. So on time, correct time, right? So the train is on time means exactly. So the train is supposed to come at 9:15, it came exactly at 9:50. Yeah, on time. As per schedule, yes. The train is behind time means it's running late. Right? So when I say something is behind time, the trains, in fact I was traveling this weekend from Kerala, right? And the train tracks was derailed and there was a delay. So there were no trains plying from Trivandrum to Thrissur. So there was I think 4 hours delay in fact, right? So the trains are running behind time, right? So they were running late. Yeah, a more appropriate structure in terms of context. Otherwise, both convey different meanings. Okay, one more. Speculators and money launderers have already found much to like about the anonymous digital currency, and that has forced the government to play catch up. Okay, another expression here, to play catch up. But do we have an error in this sentence? Speculators and money launderers have already found much to like about the anonymous digital currency, and that has forced the government to play catch up. Catch up is a phrasal verb, right? Verb plus preposition. Catch up. I don't see any error in the sentence as it is. What does it mean? So if I have to catch up with someone, what I'm trying to say is, okay, you know what? That person is like, he's scoring more than me every time. Every AIM test, this person is scoring 90 above. I need to catch up. I need to beat this person the next time, right? I need to either be on par with this person. I also need to get 90 plus. Found much to like about means there are many things that they like about the anonymous digital currency, right? So I don't see an error here in this sentence. Yeah, because I just explained that. I don't know if you were the person or somebody else asked the same question. Found much to like about the anonymous digital currency, meaning there were probably many features that they liked about the digital currency, right? There were more than 1 or 2 features that they liked about the digital currency. So speculators and money launderers have already found much to like about the anonymous digital currency, and that has forced the government to play catch up, which means the government is kind of trying to get to the level of digital currency. As a context, giving the correct meaning, it's logically correct.